Hey guys, happy Sunday. I know I haven't been on in like a week. My world has been slightly crazy here, so I've been very preoccupied. So I figured I will come on today and just kind of chit chat with you guys. I've got Monroe here. I was pondering changing her, but I really love her in this sleep suit. So I don't know if I'm gonna change her while I talk to you. I have a lot going on in my world right now, and so I thought this was fitting to talk about what I'm going to talk about. And that's, what do we do when we are stressed to the hilt? We have a lot of personal things going on in our lives. What do we do? Do we seek out more time with our babies? Do we not go near our babies? Like, what I know I've talked about this, like how your personal lives affect your collecting, but I'm finding that this is just slightly cathartic for me to talk about. Like, I am constantly reminded by my friends how important it is to really enjoy the hobby, even when you have stress happening in your life. And I agree with that 100%. I think that for me, I tend to kind of go into my own little world when I get stressed out, and I don't tend to spend the time with Monroe. But I'm trying to change that. So I'm trying to change my narrative. And so this weekend has been very, very stressful for me. As a lot of you know, because you hear me talk about them in my video, I have 3 dogs. 3 Cocker Spaniels, 2 of which are 15 years old, and the other one is, she is turning 7? I think she just turned 7. And so, with elderly dogs of a certain age, especially 15 being quite up there, you run into problems. And I've been having some health problems with my oldest male, and he took a rapid decline towards the end of the week, and I had to take him to Cornell Vet Hospital on Friday night because he stopped eating. He's just not doing well. So their diagnosis was they believe he has some sort of cancer going on, and so unfortunately there's not a whole lot I will do for a 15-year-old. Like, they have an oncology department, and we could have done more testing to pinpoint and what treatments, and it's like, no. I'm to the point where, he's lived a nice long life, and any type of treatment will not make his quality of life any greater. In fact, it'll probably be the demise of him. And so at this point, we're just trying to keep him comfortable and play it by ear. But sadly, on Friday night, we brought him home, and his health continued to decline, and he's refusing food. So we were able to get him into our regular vet to be seen, and he's been there at their vet hospital since yesterday morning on IV fluids, and they're trying to intravenously give him nutrition as well, because he's constantly dehydrated because he's not keeping fluids in his body, and it's coming out both ends essentially. So it's been very, very stressful this weekend. My other half, he's our dog, but he's primarily more of my other half's dog, so he's been struggling with figuring out and coming to the conclusion that I think he's come to be that time in his life that we've been lucky to have him for 15 years. And that we might be nearing, the time we say goodbye to him, which is, for anybody out there that has pets, it's the worst part of having a pet, honestly. So that's been my weekend. It's not been very good. It's been ups and downs, and I'm trying to keep myself busy. And then tomorrow I have to serve jury duty, which is not helping, because we're hoping to hear how he's doing tomorrow mid-morning, and I don't know if I'll even be able to take a call if I'm sitting awaiting being questioned or whatever they do to choose jurors. And I know it's my civic duty, I know this, but it's just like could not be the worst time. Like, it could not be any worse, I should say. So I just have to go with it. And so instead of dwelling on it and stressing about it and ignoring Monroe, I decided to come on and make a video and just kind of spend some time with her and chit chat with you guys about, you know, how we utilize this hobby for stress relief. It really is a huge part of it. I know that, you know, a lot of people don't like the taboo term of, you know, therapy dolls and things like that. And I don't like that term either, because I don't see them as therapy dolls, but I there's nothing wrong with it. And a lot of people do use them for that. Most of the time I'm exactly the opposite. When I'm stressed out, I don't touch my dolls because it's like gotta be my happy place. But I'm trying to be more open-minded about the fact that I have this beautiful baby that just gives such warm, comforting vibes whenever I'm around her. You know, when I pick her up, she just feels, you know, of a living baby that makes you feel all of those happy, warm feelings. You know, there's an adrenaline rush there. There's this release of endorphins and things that are really just related to a newborn baby. And, you know, if you have the memory of your own babies, it brings you back to that time. And I watched a video today that a friend sent me that reminded me, it reminded me of why I love this baby so much, why I'm so bonded to her, and why she brings me so much comfort, even when I'm stressed out, even though a lot of times I don't even give her the opportunity to give me comfort. It's because it brings me back to that moment in time when my newborn baby girls, because I have 2 daughters, those late night feedings when I was with them by myself, nursing them, coddling them, rocking them at their most vulnerable, brand new times in their lives. And it was a bonding time. It was, you know, it's like when you smell a newborn baby, it brings you back to when your babies were young and your babies were new. They have a smell to them, and it literally brings me right back to that place that I love so much, because I loved the newborn stage so much. As stressful as it is to have a newborn and how tired you are as a new mom, and it's just pure exhaustion at moments in time because you're up in the middle of the night with them. But even with all of that, I was probably the happiest I ever could imagine during those times with my daughters, you know. And I think Monroe reminds me of those moments in my life that are so fleeting. They really are. They go by so fast. As much as when you're in it, they feel like forever long. In the blink of an eye, that time is gone, and they're no longer newborns. They're busy on the go, crawling, getting into things, and it's just like, it just never stops. In that moment, you look back and go, oh my gosh, it's such a fleeting moment, them as a newborn. And these dolls, I think why so many people love them and feel what they feel about them when they hold them and see them and look at them is exactly that. It brings them back to a point that makes them so happy. And you don't have to even be a parent. You could just have a love of babies, holding someone else's baby, you know, or the fact that they're just so darn cute. Who doesn't love a baby? I mean, I have a lot of friends that say they don't really enjoy the newborn stage. But I also know that for a lot of them that say that, they had bad sleepers. Their babies didn't sleep for years, you know, straight through the night. And I was very fortunate. And, you know, I guess maybe because I had to put up with such a, you know, type of pregnancy where I was sick nonstop through the whole pregnancy. Like I could have puked on the drop of a hat throughout both pregnancies, throughout the duration of both pregnancies. That I got lucky, because when they came into the world, they were good sleepers literally from day one. Like my oldest slept at 6 weeks or less than. I think within the first month to 6 weeks, she was definitely sleeping through the night. Don't know how I got so lucky. And then my second daughter slept through the night the day I brought her home from the hospital. Like I just couldn't have gotten luckier, even though occasionally they would wake up in the middle of the night for feeds. For the most part, they were really good sleepers. And so I can understand, like, for most new moms that don't get sleep, and become so sleep deprived because they're getting literally no sleep at night. I get that. So I think I have such a fond memory of those times because I wasn't being woken up constantly every night, every couple of hours on the dot, never getting rest. So I think that it made me embrace the newborn age in that time so much more than perhaps some other parents. But even some of the most exhausted moms out there, they will tell you that they love their newborns. Like it's a fresh, brand new life. And it's what is so pure and beautiful. And this is what this baby reminds me of, to a T. Perfect little newborn, wide-eyed. My newborns were wide-eyed, especially my oldest was like literally like a week old would sit wide-eyed just looking around. Quiet and happy as a clam and just super wide-eyed and curious. And you know, it's these are the things that tie into why I'm so attached to this baby. There are many reasons I'm attached to her, but like literally just talking about this makes my heart so happy, even though I'm under duress this weekend and I have a lot going on. Like it brings me a moment and time of peace and happiness when I'm looking at her. And that's what it's about. It really is. You know, we get tied up and caught up in our busy lives, that when we take the time out of our busy schedules to spend time with our dolls, it's really important to do just that. Enjoy them. It's what we spent all this money on, is to be able to enjoy them however you see fit. I will never be the type of collector that says, oh, the right way to collect and the right way to enjoy your doll is, no, nonsense. Nonsense. It doesn't matter what kind of doll you have. It doesn't matter if it's silicone, if it's a reborn, if it's the most expensive doll or least expensive doll. It doesn't matter. If it brings you joy, if your baby doll brings you joy, then you're doing it right. That's really, you know, what it is about for me. I feel like that's the joy, it's the beauty, and everything wrapped up into these beautiful little packages of love. And that is truly what I feel when I look at her, you guys. Love. I adore this baby. I know a lot of people don't like the term, you know, bonding with a doll, and some people have a real hard time saying that because it's an inanimate object, and you don't bond with an inanimate object. You might have strong feelings towards, and I've heard it said many ways, but for me, I can safely say very proudly, I am very bonded to this baby. She is 3 years in, more than 3 years in with me, and I love her just as much or more than the day that I brought her home. And that's a special thing. That's what it was all about, seeking out for me throughout my reborn doll journey. And I managed to be lucky enough to find that feeling and hold on to that feeling. And I am very blessed to be able to say that, because for a lot of people, it takes them many years. And it took me many years to get there. You know, I've been, you know, let's subtract out 3 years ago, and it's 2018. So I was collecting for more than 19 years at the time. 18 years? 19 years. Yeah, because, yeah, I'm 21 plus years. So yeah, 18 years. It's a long time to seek out the perfect doll. Like I thought, now let me just remind you guys, if you remember Lucy, who was the one-of-a-kind Janica, I thought she was the one, but then when I got her, as much as she really spoke to me, there were things about her that weren't perfect to me, and I could not stay bonded to that doll no matter how hard I tried, even though I still look at her and she's still one of my favorite babies. She just wasn't, quote unquote, the one for me, and that's okay. You know, like nobody can say until you have a doll in hand how you're gonna feel about it, and that's really the truth. We never know until the right baby crosses our path, and then we hold them and we have them and we change them and bring them to life in our own way of bringing them a personality. All the different ways that we bond or become attached to. Hello, Rue. My dog just jumped up behind me. And we never know until we have it cross our paths. And if I, you know, would have thought that I'd ever come across a dream doll, because I always said to people, I always joked about it, oh, I'm never going to call any doll a dream doll. because I don't think they exist. I think we can like them for a while and then we move on to another. I don't think any doll will ever be meant to stay. And I still somewhat believe that, because I don't know if she'll always stay in my nursery. I don't know if she'll always be my dream doll after a period of time. I have no idea, but I'm living in the moment and enjoying what I feel about her now. And it's been going strong for more than 3 years, so I must be doing something right with her. She's beautiful, and how I view her is she's just amazing. And I love her so much and hope that feeling continues. You can see over here, Rue is up on the back of the chair behind me. Our dogs are staying very close to us because they sense something is wrong. They know something's going on. In fact, dogs are quite intuitive. But anyways, so I'm just kind of rambling, having a little chat with you guys. It's not really meant to be a super serious chat, other than I just want to remind everybody that it's okay to like what you like. It's okay to, you know, utilize having your babies when you're stressed. You know, I have to practice what I preach. I can remind everybody else out there, but I have to remind myself. But she's just picture perfect. And I have her on, I will share this, I have her on one of my favorite blankets that I have for her. And it is the perfect shade of pink, polka dots. And they're not perfect little polka dots, but I have a thing about polka dots and stripes and stars on things. And I love this blanket. This was a blanket that I got in a set with, I also have on her stroller, I'll show you. It's draped on her stroller, is this same, it came as a pack of 2, and it's got light pink stars all over it. And I actually got these as a set, and I had them on, they were on back order from a very expensive baby shop that sells like furniture, bedding, accessories, blankets and things. And it was on back order, I'm not even kidding you, for several months. Like, it wasn't even said it was back ordered, it just said it was gonna take several months for the order to come, and it took every bit of that and then some. But I had spent a small fortune on them. And they're beautiful, and I love them because they're a perfect shade of pink that I love. And it just goes very well with her theme, which is why I'm not gonna change her right now. I'm gonna just refrain and keep her in this loved baby pale pink sleeper. And she's with her little Lovey, which is also one of my favorites that I got from an Etsy shop many moons ago. I don't think the shop is still open, to be honest. I went looking to see if they still make these, and they are no longer around, which makes me sad, but it is what it is. But I am so excited about one thing. I will tell you, I just ordered some cute outfits, which I haven't ordered a thing clothing-wise for her in quite some time. And so I just ordered some new outfits for her that I will be sharing with you, a little clothing haul when they come in. I'm really excited about them because, well, they're pretty. And as sad as I am to see summer leaving us soon, I get very excited about winter clothing for myself as well as for Monroe. So I've been doing some personal shopping for my own wardrobe, as well as I've started doing some for Monroe, and I'm really excited to see them in person, and I will be sure to share them with all of you guys out there so that you can see if you like them, you can find them and buy them as well for your babies. But I'm just cannot wait. And you can hear my dog licking. She's licking her paw. Stop. Silly dog. But I cannot wait to share them with you because they look like beautiful pieces. If they're as beautiful in person as they are, as what they look online, then I'm going to love them and they'll be perfect for her. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there. I just wanted to just chit chat with you guys about, you know, bringing it back to what this hobby is about. It's the love of these babies. It's what they make us feel. It's so beautiful. I can't begin to tell you how beautiful it is, and literally just taking, 20 minutes out of my day, of my horrible weekend that I've had, and just enjoy her has just brightened up my day. Let me tell you, it's what I needed. And sharing with you guys, it just makes me feel like I'm hanging with friends, even though I'm not talking directly with you. I know you guys are gonna be watching, and I know that everybody's always going, everybody goes through things. We all have stuff going on in our personal lives, and it's just nice to be able to share and talk about what's bothering us, get it off our chest. And I think it's almost like therapy, actually. So anyways, here is Monroe, looking so cute, and her little baby. I hope everybody is having a much better weekend than I. And, you know, hopefully you guys all have a great start to your work week. And boy, is there a shadow because of the light coming in. This is the side of the house that all the afternoon sun comes in. So she looks like she's in the dark now. But anyways, guys, I hope you're having a great weekend and you have a wonderful start to your work week. And Monroe and I will see you all soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.